G'day guys, welcome to this RX Wise V2 video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about NRL Round 2 predictions for 2020 guys, so let's get started. So the first match of this game, we see the Bulldogs going up against the Cowboys. Now this game is going to be an absolutely very hard game, and the Bulldogs didn't really do really well, as we can say. Like, the Bulldogs didn't really put a lot of attack into that match against the Eels. And really what I can say about this match, I like how the way that the Bulldogs have a lot of attack. They've got like Will Hopewate. He's a very good player, which I think he's going to play a very good season for this year's games anyway. But for Lachlan Lewis, though, I didn't think he really did too much ball playing movement into that attack, which I think that he's going to play a very good game of football for, let's say, very much a couple of games. But really for this one, the Cowboys, when they went up against the Broncos, I just think, I don't know for this game. The Cowboys aren't going to do very well. I know for a fact they have Valentine Holmes, but it's just how the way it's going to go. And it's going to be hard, and it's going to be that hard decision on how to get that decision right. So I'm going to go with the Bulldogs on this one, only because it's going to be a very good game for the Bulldogs. I just think a lot of like fight and attacking game plays are going to have a really great game of football. So I'm going to go with Bulldogs on this one, and I'm going to say that I'm going to go with 10 points on this one. I'm going to predict 10 points on this one, and I'm going to say that I'm going to go like with 20 points to 10, and I just think Cowboys won't have a lot of skill and a lot of ball playing movement. So I reckon they're going to struggle on this one. So I'm going to go with them, and I'm going to go with the Bulldogs. 20 points to 10, and I'm going to go with 10 points on this one anyway. So I'm going to say that Cowboys will struggle a little bit up against the Bulldogs anyway. The next game of this round, we see the Dragons going up against the Panthers. Now, this game was I reckon that this game is going to be an absolute very good game. I just think going up against Panthers, though, they're going to be a very hard decision to make. Only because I reckon Nathan Cleary is going to have a very good season this year, and I reckon that he's going to improve for the Panthers, that he's going to probably score tries, score a lot of goals, and I just think for like getting any tackles and mishaps, I reckon that he's going to basically score a couple of tries to get the Panthers up for a lead anyway. But for the Dragons, though, I reckon Matt Duffy is coming into that squad now. He's got moved from Zach Lomax, which he is coming in for either number 6 or number 3. But Matt Duffy is going to come into that squad, and I reckon that he is going to improve a lot of... he's going to improve a lot. And I reckon he's going to have a great season for this year. And for the Dragons, I just think that last year was a bit terrible for them. I know that they've lost so many games, and I just think going up against Panthers, though, I just think they'll win up against Panthers. So I'm going to tip the Dragons on this one, and I'm going to go by 6 points on this one. I just think that the Dragons will get a lot of tries, and I just think it'll be a close match, but they'll only score to win by 6 points. So I'm going to say that... I'm going to say like either that, or it's just going to be a pretty much hard game to come by to. So I'm going to go with the Dragons. I'm going to go by 6 points, and I'm just going to say that I'm probably going to go like 26-20 on this one, because this one's going to be a pretty hard game for the Panthers, and I just think Dragons will win it by 6 points, and I reckon that they'll only win by a try at least, and I just think the Dragons will win this by a very good win anyway. The next game of this round, we see the Broncos going up against the Rabbitohs. Really about this game, I just think Broncos are going to have a very good game, but this one's going to be a hard match because up against the Rabbitohs, they have like Dane Gagai, they've got like got, say, like Damien Cook. Adam Reynolds is basically a very good player, which he stands up pretty good, and Damien Cook is a very standout player too, which I think them two are going to have a very good game up against the Broncos. And about this game, though, I just think the Rabbitohs are just going to turn to a blind eye, and I just think they'll put on a lot of fight up against the Broncos. And really about this game, though, I just think the Broncos are going to have a very good game, but they're probably not going to struggle. Like, they're probably going to struggle a little bit, only because they don't have that quality players like Damien Cook. They've got like Adam Reynolds for Rabbitohs, and plus like they've got like different types of players though too. But really about this game though, I just think that the Rabbitohs are going to probably win this game, and I just think that the Rabbitohs are just going to have a very good game also too. So about this game, I just think that I'm going to go with the Rabbitohs on this one, and I'm going to go by 14 points. It's a big margin, but I just think that the Rabbitohs are just going to turn out to be a very good fight, and I just think it's going to be a very good game for this one. I just think that if this game's going to be a turnout game for this one, I reckon that the Rabbitohs will turn out to be a very good team, and they'll just put on a lot of fight up against the Broncos. But really for this one though, I just think how the way that Broncos turn to an absolutely blind eye, I reckon that if this game's going to be an absolute great game, I reckon that the Rabbitohs are going to probably like flog the Broncos anyway. And I just think how the way that this game also is going to go, I reckon that Adam Reynolds and Damien Cook are going to have a great game also too. So I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to go with 14 points, and I reckon that Rabbitohs will win up against the Broncos anyway. So the next game of this round, we see the Warriors going up against the Raiders. Now this game, I just think it's going to be a great game, and about this one, I just really think that the Raiders have got a lot of great players, so I just think George Williams will have a great game. He usually gets, let's say, goals pretty good. The try assists are working for him pretty much very well. But really for a fact is, I like how the way that the Warriors have stepped up, but last week they didn't do very well because they didn't score any tries. But for the Raiders though, I just like how the way that Nick Kotrick plays a very good game of football. The Raiders have turned out to be a very good team, and last year when they went up against the Roosters, they obviously lost that grand final. But for instance though, I'm going to say that I'm going to go with the Raiders on this one, and I'm going to go with 8 points. And I just think how the way that this game's going to go, I reckon that if this game's going to turn out pretty good, I reckon that this game's going to be a very good match and a very good game of football. But I reckon the Warriors will step up for this game, and going up against the Raiders, a very good team, I just think it's going to turn out to be a very close match. But for this game though, I'm going to go with the Raiders by 8 points, and just for this one, I reckon that the Warriors will probably step up, but I don't think they'll win up against the Raiders anyway. So really, for this match though, I'm just going to say the Warriors will probably lose up against the Raiders anyway. The next game of this round, we see the Roosters going up against the Manly Seagulls. This game, I reckon that Roosters are going to put on a lot of fight and a lot of show. Roosters are a very good team. I just think Roosters can be a very hard attacking team, which I think they're going to stood Manly Seagulls ground. But really for this one though, I like how the way that Roosters have got a lot of entertainment and a lot of class to put on against the Manly Seagulls. So such as Tom Trbojevic going up against James Tedesco, Luke Keary going up against I think either Dylan Walker, I'd say, and Kyle Flanagan up against Daly Cherry Evans. That one's going to be a very hard game. And for this one though, I'm just going to say for this one going up against like the Manly Seagulls, I reckon they're gonna be a very hard attacking team. But for the Roosters though, I'm gonna say that if this game's gonna be a very good game to go for, I'm gonna say that this game's gonna put on a lot of fight and a lot of show. But really for the Roosters though, I just think that if this game's going to be a very good game, it's definitely for the Roosters because they put on a lot of fight and they're a hard team to beat. So I'm going to go for the Roosters though by 6 points, and I reckon that this game's going to be a very good game to watch. So I'm going to predict a very good scoreline, and I'm going to say that I'm going to go with 26 points to 20, and I'm going to say that Roosters will only win by another try at least. So I'm going to say that Roosters will win this game, and I just think that Manly Seagulls will still get up on the scoreline, but I reckon Roosters will only get that winning try to make that 26-20 anyway, and I reckon that the Roosters will win this game anyway. The next game of this round, we see the Sharks going up against the Storm. Now, this game is going to be a very good game. These two don't really like each other. Because really Will Chambers going up against like Paul Gallen, but those two have retired and they don't play anymore. So it's going to be probably a very difficult match. But for the Melbourne Storm though, since they won up against the Manly Seagulls, I'm just going to say that they're still going to have a great game. But I reckon Sharks will probably pull it off through. But since they don't have, like, they're struggling like with players, so such as Matt Moylan out, Bronson Cherry might be out due to the injury. But Josh Dugan is out. He might be coming into that squad too. And really, what I can say about this match, I like how the way that the Cronulla Sharks have a very good formation of players, and how the way they obviously bring to that squad a very good timing. So, really, what I can say about this match, I like how the way that Melbourne Storm are, because they obviously got Josh Adokar. They might be bringing like Nico Hines and other players though too, like Cooper Johns, which is Matty John's son anyway. So, really for this match though, I like how the way that sometimes Melbourne Storm can win because they put on a lot of show and they don't do this for the sake of it. So I'm going to go with the Melbourne Storm on this one. I'm going to go by 10 points, and I reckon that this game's going to be a very good match and a very good standing off of the Melbourne Storm because they put on a lot of fight, and I reckon the Sharks will probably be very difficult, but they're going to probably score tries, but I just reckon that the Storm are going to win by 10 points anyway, and I just think that this game's going to be a very good game for the Melbourne Storm anyway. The next game of this round, we see the West Tigers going up against the Knights. Now, I reckon that this game is going to be a very good game, very good clash from these two clubs. They're an average team, and Jaden Brayley has come into that Newcastle Knights squad from the new Cronulla Sharks. And really for this match, I reckon that if this game's going to be a very good game, it's usually for the Sharks. But I reckon that if this game can pull through a very good standing of the Newcastle Knights, I just think that the Newcastle Knights are a very good team because they have a great lineup, such as like Kalen Ponga, Jane Bradley, as I just mentioned. Also, like you got like good quality players in there, like Andrew Lee. He is a very good player, and I reckon he steps up every single time he gets the ball. But going against the West Tigers, I just think that this game's going to be a very good game for the West Tigers, and I really think that Corey Thompson is a very great player. He stands out for the fullback side, and Kevin Naguama, I think he's still playing for the West Tigers. Moses Mbai, he's out for injury. I'm not too sure when he's back. He's probably going to be back either round 2 or round 3, which I got told by an update. But really for the West Tigers though, I just think how the way that this game is usually going to go, I reckon that this game's going to be a very good match, and I reckon that this game's going to turn out to be a very good game. So I'm going to go for the West Tigers on this one, and I'm going to go by 2 points. And I just think this game's going to be a very hard game, and I reckon they'll only win by just a penalty goal to conceal the deal. And I really think that West Tigers are going to step up and obviously win this game of football up against the Newcastle Knights anyway. So I'm going to go with with the West Tigers on this one, and I'm going to go by 2 points anyway. And finally, the next game of this round, we see the Titans going up against the Eels. Now, my Parramatta Eels have done very well up against the Bulldogs. I just think that going up against Titans, they're going to pull off a very good win. I really think that the Titans need to step up with Justin Holbrook coaching for the Titans, and he's going to have that time of knowing if you want to play like your game and knowing what to do. But he's a new coach that has come into that new Titans squad, but it's going to take time and pressure. So for the Titans, I just think they need to step up and basically win games for this season anyway, for the 2020 season. And really for this game though, I just think how the way that this game's going to turn out to be a very good match. I really think that this game is going to be a very good game of football. But for the Parramatta Eels though, they're going to be a very good match for the Parramatta Eels. I really think they're going to step up. I really think that Mitchell Moses is going to be having a great game. I think that Marco Sivo is going to be having a great game. Clint Gutherson is going to be having a splintering game of football. I really think he's going to probably score 2 tries. And I just think that Brad Takarangi might have a very good game, but I just think he's going to get a try assist. And Reed Marty has scored only 1 try to conceal their deal, so I reckon that he's going to probably have a great game also too. So I'm going to go with the Parramatta Eels on this one, and I'm going to go by 18 points and a very big margin because I reckon it's my Parramatta Eels. I support the Parramatta Eels, and I reckon that this game's going to be a very good matchup up against the Titans anyway, and it'll be showing that the Eels can basically win a game of football each time they play a game for each season anyway, and each round anyway. Thanks guys for watching my video guys. Stay tuned for more. I will be doing a couple of videos coming to you guys soon. Also I'll be doing more videos coming to you guys soon, so stay tuned for more. Plus leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and for this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, take care guys, stay safe, and have a good one.